Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be explaining to you why I still use gel polish and why I still think that it's very convenient. I know a lot of people think that using gel polish is taking the easy way out, but in this video I'm going to tell you why I still think that it makes your life just a little bit easier. So this is the set that I have on my nails. It's the orange French butterfly set. If you want to see a tutorial on this set, then it's the video that I have posted right before this one. And first I'm going to be just taking my e-file and drilling off that gel polish as well as the butterfly stickers. And before I explain to you why I still like to use gel polish, I'm gonna tell you which ones I recommend and which ones I don't recommend. First, I don't recommend is the OPI brand. I feel bad saying that because it's such a popular brand. If you're not familiar with it, it's right there on the screen. The other brand that I don't recommend using is C&D, and I'll explain to you guys why I don't recommend these two brands while doing acrylic nails. I think that they're just a little bit too thick. Sometimes when you're using a gel polish and you have to do when you're doing acrylic nails, you kind of have to build it up. And what I mean by build it up is you have to use at least 2 or 3 coats, sometimes even 4. And I think that C&D and OPI are just not buildable really at all. It takes a while to dry if you use a lot of coats, and also it can start to look a little bit lumpy. So for that reason, I don't recommend those colors. I do think they work really well when you are using or when you're doing a gel manicure, so just keep that in mind. So yeah. Okay, so now I'll tell you guys the brands that I do recommend. First brand is D&D. There it is on the screen if you're not familiar with it. The other brand that I recommend is Vanessa Nailz gel polish, which is very good. And then I also recommend Gelish gel polish. Now, I don't know if there are any other ones out there. I have to continue to try some. I do want to try the Valentino gel polish collection, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But those 3 brands I really like, and D&D, by the way, is fairly cheap. Vanessa Nailz, I think it runs for about 15, maybe less, and Gelish is about maybe 15 and maybe more. But I think that they're very thin, and what I mean by thin is I think that they're just very buildable. Like I said, sometimes with the length of acrylic nails, you have to be able to use at least 3 or 4 coats if you really want that pigment. And I think that with these colors, or with these brands, I don't know why I keep saying these colors, with these brands, I think that it's just very possible for you to add 1 coat and then cure it, 2 coats and then cure it, the 3rd coat and then cure, and then you can even go for sometimes a 4th coat if you would like to. I've done that before. Sometimes you just want a lot of pigment with certain colors, so you have to use 4 coats. And with C&D and OPI, I just don't think that is very possible. Not saying that the brands are trash, I just wouldn't recommend them while doing acrylic nails. Like I said, I think that they're just better for maybe a gel manicure, because you can sometimes get away with using 2 coats and then you'll be good to go. So yeah, I finished drilling off of that orange color, and then I'm going to go in here, as you can see, and reshape my nails because I've had them on for a few days and I just like my shape to be a little bit more defined. And there it is. That's the finished product after I finished shaping. I also went ahead and smoothed those nails out as well, and now I'm going to be using a Vanessa Nailz acrylic color to do my 3D flowers. This is in the color soft orange. Really good color. I think that it was a little bit difficult to do my flowers with this because it was a little bit, I don't know how to even explain it. It wasn't really as creamy as I would have liked it to be, but I was able to make it work. So yeah, I did add my diamond or my crystal before I do my petals, and I'm going to be taking this 3D brush. I got this from Glitter Planet maybe like 2 years ago, and I'm going to be using this brush to make my 3D flowers. Heads up, you do have to use a pointed, smaller brush. I don't think that you can make 3D flowers if you use like a regular flat pinch acrylic brush. So I'm just going to dip my brush into the monomer, and I'm going to take a very tiny bead of acrylic, and I'm going to place it on the nail, not covering the crystal, because you don't want to put it on top of it, because you will kind of take away the shine from it. So here I'm just kind of forming it into a little ball. If this was a creamier color, I feel like it would have formed it a little ball by itself, so I kind of had to work with this here. So yeah, I'm just taking my brush and I'm trying to make it, the ball, a little bit more cleaner, and then once I feel like that it's super, not neat, but I think that it's more in a ball, then I'll take my brush and I'll kind of just use the point of it and start where the crystal is, so in the middle of the flower, and I'll just kind of drag it towards the tip of the nail, as you can see there, and then I'll take my brush and I'll kind of just swoop the edges of the flower to really make that petal form. I hope I'm explaining this right. I've never explained 3D flowers before, but it's not as difficult as it may look. I feel like as long as you have your ball, and then you can just take the point of your brush, and then you're gonna just use your brush. Make sure you're using the tip of your brush, because that's how you're going to make it like that 3D effect. And then you're going to just kind of use the tip of your brush and drag toward the tip of the nail, and then just make sure you clean up the edges. I feel like if you're using a creamier acrylic powder, or a powder that doesn't dry as fast, you can kind of maneuver and manipulate this as much as you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's really what you want your flower to look like. So just keep that in mind. It does not have to look like, there is no one way to do a 3D flower. I think that's what's really cool about them. So now I'm going to be doing the same exact thing to my index finger. Make sure you add that crystal first. It's a good marking point, so you know where to create your 3D flower. It definitely helped me out so that my flowers weren't going any which way. Also, I want to do a quick shout out to my Love Island family, because I did see a couple comments that said that Love Island was fire. I even saw a recommendation to watch the Australian version. She said it was lit. Actually, she didn't use the word lit. She said it was spicy. I do love a good spicy show. Really, that's what Love Island is. It's just very, very messy and very entertaining. Again, I watched the UK version, so again, let me know if you're into Love Island. So yeah, we're just about finished here. Before I added the clear top coat, I added some crystals. I felt like it was just missing something, so I decided to add some crystals to this set, and I think it definitely helped it out a little bit. And then I'm going to add my non-white gel top coat. You already know I'm using IBD, and I got that one from Amazon. And yeah, I still use gel polish, because if I wanted to just recreate this set after that orange butterfly set, I would have had to do a drill down, which means I would have had to drill down very, very low to do a new set on top of it, or would have had to soak off my nails. And sometimes I just feel like soaking off is just not worth it all the time, especially for a set that you've only had for maybe a week or two. So don't feel bad for using gel polish. I know some people feel like gel polish is like, it doesn't show skill. Now if you're trying to show skill, then yeah, definitely use acrylic. But if you want something that's easier, makes your life easier, get the job done so that you can easily switch to another set after, then definitely go for a gel polish. It works. Gel polish is still very, very great. I know some people even put in their Instagram bios that they don't use gel polish anymore. I don't think it's that serious. So yeah, definitely leave me some comments. Make sure you subscribe. I look forward to reading the comments. So yeah, let me know what you think.